Welcome to the weekly Team Rise and Grind Coach Call. I thank you for taking the time to watch this recording, or if you're on the live call. We did not have a call on Monday because of scheduling on my end, so I apologize for missing that. But aside from that, let's move on forward. Going out to recognition for Success Club, which is Kaylee leading the pack at 6 points. I'm right behind at 3 points. Then we have Chelsea Fox at 3 points as well, and Kel with 1 point. So for those of you that are striving for Success Club 5, we still have 8 days left in this month, and we all know that if it's something that's an absolute priority for you, you'll make it happen in one way or another. I've definitely been one that has not gotten my points until the last day, and I highly, highly do not recommend that because it's one of the most stressful situations you can be in. So build your relationships early. That way you can get your Success Club points, and most of all, you're helping people along the way. So aside from that, moving forward, I will be starting a new Coach Basics group the first Monday of every month. This can be a great way for you to market the coaching business, because you can market this as, hey guys, we have a new coach boot camp or basics group, whatever you want to call it. You can let people know we have a new Coach Basics group coming up in just under 2 weeks here, week and a half. So if that is something that you want to use as kind of a strategy to draw more coaches in, see about the business, I personally am hosting the Business Opportunity webinar every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. So you can utilize that business webinar, draw your people in that want to learn more about coaching. From there, you can let them know we do have a new coach boot camp starting the first Monday of the upcoming month. So the first one's going to be November 3rd. And I'm going to put together a little, usually what I do is I put together some type of photo, because photos and visual graphics always draw more attention than just typing it out on Facebook. So I'll be putting that together for you guys to utilize. And diving into the meat and potatoes of today. This is all based on, basically I have 3 points. This is all based on, as most calls are, my own experience, what I've been going through, what's been going on in my head. So number one, and these are all typically things I've been slacking in, especially the last couple months. You guys all know I posted inside the group several times. I got complacent in certain areas, and I stopped realizing what I was actually doing. I got so caught up in other stuff that I realized how much time passed, and I was still in the exact same spot with my personal life and my business. So these are all things I've done in the last couple weeks to kind of regain my motivation, get out of struggle mode, and start rocking it again. Number one is creating content. This is something I think a lot of coaches slack in, because it takes probably, aside from inviting, it's one of the hardest things to do, because it always pops up with the question, number one, what is content that I'm talking about? Number two, I don't know what to put out. So content refers to something tangible that people can get information out of or use. So we're talking stuff like the two most common that I've used are blog posts and videos. You can also create, some coaches have gone far above and beyond and actually created ebooks. So this can be like your 7-day quick start guide to a healthy lifestyle. And you can create a 7-day ebook. I don't even think it costs anything. You can just literally type out a 7-day ebook on something. It could be a 3-day book on something, but just create something that people can use. Because when you give freely, that's when you start to draw people into your life and you start to see more out of it. So what I personally do, I have set a goal to create one piece of content per day. I actually went through recently, and you guys saw the picture I posted inside the group. I wiped my entire whiteboard clean that I had made back in January, and I set new goals because we're in the final 3 months of this year, And I was looking back at my January goals I set, and I did not accomplish near half of them. And it was discouraging. It was disappointing. But you know what? That's part of life. That's part of this business. That's part of this journey. You always have to be reaching for some type of goal. If you're not reaching for a goal, that's when you become stagnant. So what I did was I swiped that whiteboard clean. I made new goals based on the next 3 months. One of those goals is 50 blog posts. So that's going to come with at least 3 to 4 blog posts per week. And it's going to take some serious work, but this is something I am dedicating to now. So create one piece of content. What is content? Like I said, blog posts or videos are most common. Now, the biggest thing when it comes to creating content, let's say you have the camera turned on, or you go to write a blog post and you get stuck. It's always, what do I write about, or what do I share on video? Number one thing is have a message. Have some type of message that you need to give to people. So it can be, for myself, I did one on struggling with motivation because I've been struggling with my own motivation. So I wrote about it. I wrote about what I was struggling with and how I overcame it. Kind of like what I'm sharing with you here. These are things I'm starting to do now that's helping me get out of that funk. So if you have not been sharing your message, how are people going to connect with you? You have to be opening yourself up, becoming vulnerable. Go look back at a couple of videos ago where our team call where we talked about being vulnerable with people and sharing your story, sharing the real stuff. So always keep in mind when you're going to create a piece of content, ask yourself, what is the message behind this? Am I talking about motivation? Am I giving tips on how to eat clean? What is my message here? And do something like what I do. I have an ongoing Word document where inspiration strikes me as far as ideas. Inspiration strikes me at the most random times. Sometimes it's late at night. Sometimes it's early in the morning. Sometimes it's in the middle of a massage client. So anytime inspiration strikes you, jot something down, make it tangible, because it's, I forgot what the gal's name is. There's a video I'm going to share with you guys. And this gal talks about the 5-second rule. And she talks about when you get inspired, you have 5 seconds to make it tangible or it's not going to happen. How many ideas have you had that because you did not make it tangible, meaning you did not write it down or you did not make it happen? How many of those ideas did you have come? You thought, wow, that's a really good idea. I should share this. And then because you never did it, it went away. I can't even tell you how large my list is because of that. So always remember, when you get inspired, make a list of different blog post ideas or video ideas, and they have to have a message to them, because if you don't have a message and you're just putting random stuff out there, you're going to get random followers, you're going to get random people in your life. But if you're consistent and have a message every single time, that's where people are going to get drawn to you, follow you consistently, and they're always going to be asking, what's next? I can't wait to hear that next message. Look up Scotty Hobbs videos. He has gotten so unbelievably consistent over the last couple months because every single video he puts out now, it has a message. So I highly recommend go to YouTube, type in Scotty Hobbs, and just watch some of his stuff, and you'll get what I mean. So along with always having a message, you can write different stuff about your personal philosophies, your beliefs in life, that kind of stuff. Recipes, people love recipes. So take some of your favorite healthy recipes and just write a quick blog post about it, or make a quick video and just show the ingredients and how to cook it. Simple stuff like that, guys. Always keep this stuff simple. I think the number one thing that prevents people from actually doing anything is the fact that they're trying to overcomplicate it and think about it so much that it just never happens. Sometimes you just have to say, screw all the details and just try it. If you've been wanting to put out YouTube videos, but you haven't because you're afraid your hair's not going to look perfect, or you're going to come off awkward, or it feels weird talking to a camera, screw all that. Just turn the camera on, start talking, and post it. Don't sit there and hit replay and watch yourself, because you're going to be your own biggest critic. Just start talking, or just start writing if it's a blog post. So what if it doesn't come out perfect? I have tons of blog posts and videos that were not perfect at all. They did not come out how I thought they would. But you know what? I just did it anyways, because with doing it over and over and over and practicing, you're going to get better and more confident with it. Sharing tips is another good one too. Recently, I just did a blog post. It was five. I don't remember what the title was. It was something like five ways to overcome your motivation, or no, 5 ways to overcome fear. And that's a blog post I'm working on right now. And you can do different stuff like that. 5 ways to overcome your bad eating habits. 3 ways to improve your sleep quality. You can just come up with whatever you want, but give out tips, because people are always looking for a way to better themselves. How I started out was with videos. I'm just now recently getting more into blogging. But when I first started, I literally would just hit record. I would do my P90X Insanity workouts. And then from there, I would simply just share a quick little message at the end of my videos. And I would splice them together, condense it down to, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, and then I would post it. And because people were watching my progress, they were looking forward to that next video. And I gained quite a bit of followers on my first YouTube channel doing that. We're talking thousands. So it can be as simple as just posting your workouts. And it's something I'm doing with Body Beast right now. Go look at my current YouTube channel, Coach Chaz Fitness, and you'll see that all I'm doing is I'm just recording my workouts and sharing a quick message with people, and that's going to help inspire. So that was number 1, is create a piece of content every single day if you can. At least 3 per week is what I'd recommend. Next up is going to be number 2, which is the Power Hour. This is all based on a video which I don't remember if I shared in the group or not, but it is a video that Jason Croxford was posting inside of another group, and it's Darren Hardy on consistency and focus. And so I've been implementing this within the last week, and it is hands down the best thing I've done in a long time. What this is on your calendar. You put a block of time wherever you can squeeze it in. It can be 1 hour, 1.5 hours, or 2 hours. But you put a block of time where you clear out all distractions, and Darren Hardy recommends you set a timer and you get stuff done. Whatever is on your to-do list, whatever you've been putting off, whatever people you need to follow up with, this is the time to do it. 1 solid hour, and start with 15 minutes. If you don't have a lot of time, start with a 15-minute time slot where you don't have Facebook open. This is a big one. Close Facebook, because it's one of the biggest distractors that you'll have. Turn your cell phone off unless you're going to be talking to people on it, and get stuff done. This is where you clear everything. You literally just look at your list and you say, okay, let's do this. So I'm personally doing 90 minutes because I have a lot of stuff on my list that I've put on there over the last 6 months that never got done. So I am busting out this list of mine. And what can be on your list is your to-do list. If you have any blog posts or video ideas like we just talked about, this is the time to make them happen. This is the time you sit down and just do it. Messages is a big one, because one of my favorite phrases is the fortune is in the follow-up. So if you have people you've been waiting to follow up with, but you just haven't, or if you have somebody you've had in the back of your mind, like, I really need to talk to this person about P90 because I believe that it can actually help them. But I don't want to talk to them because what if they think I'm just trying to sell them something and blah, blah, blah. This is the time you send out those messages. This is the time you pick up the cell phone and you make those calls or send out those text messages, however method you're using to connect with people. Another thing too is have a goal of 10 conversations per day. Now, here's the thing. When I say 10 conversations, this does not mean talking about Beachbody. This does not mean necessarily you're inviting 10 people. This means you literally are just starting a conversation with 10 people per day. It doesn't matter if it's about going out for a hike. It doesn't matter if it's about the weather. Just talk to 10 people per day, because through these conversations, you start to find out about their family, their occupation, their recreation, and their message. Form. Danny Johnson, look it up if you haven't already. So in this focused power hour, you sit down, you create one piece of content, send out 10 messages to whoever, about whatever you want. Just talk to 10 people. Comment on 10 posts. This is another one. So this means when you're scrolling through your news feed, actually comment. Don't just hit like, but comment on other people's posts, especially ones where if you see a post has, let's say 20 or 30 likes on it, but 0 comments, be that person that steps up, does something different, and actually comments. And then, like I said, create one piece of content, blog post or a video. So this is pretty much the bulk of your power hour. It's whatever you have on your to-do list. This is the time you sit down and get it done. And like I said earlier, turn Facebook off, because I've made the mistake several times of trying to do my power hour. And so I get my nose down, I start working, I'm doing whatever I need to do. And then I see that little notification up on the Facebook tab and I go, ooh, I got 2 notifications. Let me check those real quick. Close it down, try to get refocused. Oh, I got a message. Let me answer that real quick. Don't do that crap. And I'm telling you this from experience, because it's those times that when you lose your focus, it takes more energy to get refocused than it does to stay focused. So when you do your power hour or your 15 minutes or 30 minutes, however long you can do, this is absolutely no distractions. This is clear everything around you and get to work. You guys always hear that this business takes work, which it does, especially if you want to build $50,000 a year or 6 figures. It's going to take work, guys. It's going to take serious ass kicking. This is where the work begins. It's when you don't want to do it. It's when you have no energy. It's when you run out of all your excuses that you finally reach that point where you go, I'm so sick and tired of being stuck. I'm so sick and tired of not moving anywhere. That's where your work begins. That's where it's going to show what your true strength looks like. The struggle is where your strength is built. So use this power hour to be that one small chunk of your day that you actually are productive and not just busy. Because being busy is easy. We can all say we're busy. I had a really busy day, but did you do anything? Did you create anything that was actually productive? This is the 1 hour you can spend to actually do that. So finishing up real quick, because I just realized my laptop's going to die and I left my charger downstairs. So power hour, bust out your to-do list, and moving forward, number 3, just do it. One of my favorite phrases is out of The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. These tasks, all of this stuff you guys learn about, it's all stuff that's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. That is why most people will choose the lazy route, because it's easier. But if you just simply focus on the small daily actions, they are so easy to do. Just like keeping up on our water intake, doing our workouts, our nutrition, it's all easy to do. But the struggle and the hard part comes with actually having the self-discipline to just friggin' do it. So whatever you've been putting off, whatever you know you need to do, just do it. Because if you have that mentality of, no matter how I feel today, I'm going to do what I need to do to help push myself and my business forward. If you have that mentality every single day and you do that for 6 solid months, imagine where you would be, as opposed to for 6 months if you go, I just don't feel like it. You can never build a business based on how you feel. You build a business based on your commitments and your follow through. You have to show up. You have to do the work. This is where it begins. I challenge you to set 1 hour per day of pure productivity. And even more accountability, take a picture of it. Take a picture of your to-do list. Map out your power hour if you want to. So map out, create 1 piece of content, send out 10 messages. Maybe you want to put on there, invite 3 people to a challenge group, invite 2 people to my business. Basically, look up that GSD list. If you don't know what that is, go into the Team Rise and Grind Coaches group, click on photos and look for the yellow list. Has my personal to-do list on there. Then I write my own miscellaneous stuff on there with a dry erase marker. So create your power hour, take a picture of it, post it inside the challenge group. Not challenge group, challenge group on the head. Team Rise and Grind, post it inside of there. That's your challenge today. That's your challenge right when you finish this, is to sit down. Here's what you can do. Have your first power hour be creating your power hour. So your power hour after you finish this video is to clear all distractions, sit down and create what your power hour looks like. Maybe it's blog posts, maybe it's videos, maybe it's sending out 30 messages, whatever it is, this is the time to do it. So when you shut this video off, don't just walk away and say, okay, whatever, I'll keep going my own way. Ask yourself, is what you've been doing the last 6 months worked? Has what you've been doing the last 6 months helped you progress anywhere? Business-wise, personally, all types of areas. If what you've been doing the last 6 months has not gotten you one step further anywhere, maybe it's time you actually implement stuff that we talk about on this call and stuff you hear about all these top coaches talk about, because they are successful for a reason. That's what I'm following. That's what all these successful people are following. Success leaves clues. Follow them. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can take what's already been invented and customize it a little bit to fit your lifestyle and your coaching. But for the most part, we already know everything we need to be doing. The 3 vital behaviors, we know that we need to be inviting. It's just a matter of showing up every day and doing it no matter how you feel. So aside from that, I just got a warning. My laptop is going to die. So we are calling in an early call today. Thank you for watching the recording. And most of all, thank you guys for continuing to be on the team. I definitely appreciate you guys being here, because doing this whole thing is optional. You don't have to be in this group. You don't have to be a Beachbody coach. It's all optional. So if you're in this to win this, I challenge you, create your power hour, take a picture of it, post it inside the group. This has been Coach Chaz. Peace out, crew. I'll see you next time.